How's it going, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back to the Wolves European Dream here on Football Manager 2019. Today we're going to be having kicking off our FA Cup campaign for our final season up against Championship side Blackburn. But as always, guys, I really appreciate you dropping by again. I know we're coming towards the end of FM19. The FM20 features are out. If you want to go and check out my reaction to that, I'll make sure, go and check it out on the channel. It's one of the last videos that you'll see before this one. And I'll make sure I leave a link to it at the end of the video as well. Again, apologies that I haven't really uploaded much this week. It's been a bit of a hectic one, but we're back, hopefully back on track to finish the season in the next week or so. So let's jump into the roundup, see how we're getting on. So since the last met, we got a huge victory against Liverpool in the Premier League, beating them 2-1. It's their first defeat of the season as well. Mitrovic got us off to a great start from the set piece. Timo Werner then doubled our lead. Nico Fellenberg, the youngster, did get one back for Liverpool, but it was a fantastic home victory for us. However, we actually got a defeat at Molineux again, but this time it was against Swansea, losing out 1-0. Bersant Selina with the only goal of the game just before the half-hour mark, and it was a game we dominated, but it was a bit of a smash and grab by the Welsh team, so they got all 3 points. However, we bounced back in a nice style, a Black Country derby victory. Vinicius Jr. with a 90th minute winner against West Brom, despite going down to 10 men in the 92nd minute with Alenya's second yellow card, but a great victory for us to bounce back as well against West Bromwich Albion, who at times do give us a few problems, but yeah, happy with that victory. And in the most recent game, it was a 1-1 draw against Chelsea, taking the lead for Vinicius Jr. again, and then Alvaro Morata scoring an equaliser in the second half. So the form's still looking okay. Today we're going to be finishing off January with games against Blackburn and Sheffield United. And then obviously we've got a few busy months coming up, especially February. We've got some serious amount of games in there. Still catching up a little bit on the Premier League games. We're currently sat in 6th place. Game in hand of the teams below us. 2 games in hand of Chelsea. You can see that little asterisk next to, which we'll get to in a minute. And yeah, we're outsiders at the moment. I'm hoping for a top 4 place. But yeah, I'm also wanting us to carry on in the Europa League. We've got a pretty decent draw in the Europa League against Zorya, which is always nice. But that little asterisk there was because Chelsea offered us a job interview. So I'm not sure who their manager was or now is. So they got Valverde in charge now, and it was Luis Enrique who got sacked. So yeah, well, we got offered that job. Obviously, I'm going to reject it. So I thought I'd show you guys that. But we're doing okay at the moment. Things are looking okay. It's going to be a rotated team for today's game against Blackburn. They're currently sat in 16th in the Championship, so not doing too brilliantly. Let's have a quick look at them. So they're on 34 points. 5 points clear of the relegation zone. 11 points outside the playoffs. So, yeah, we're going to jump into this one and see how we can get on. So then here we are with the teams for today's game. Blackburn playing a 4-2-1-3. Roberts in goal. Osborne, Pascanu, Duarte and Furlong at the back with Poyet and Govia in defensive midfield. Simiro in centre mid, Ihataren and Barden with Pereira up top. We're playing a 4-4-2, Jota and Alcacer up front with Vargas, Mount, Dendoncker and Ontiveros across the midfield. Reguilon, Smalling, Otara and Kieran Trippier make up the defence with Rui Patricio in goal. It's a big game. I swear, I say that before every game. Well, it is a big game as such. I'd love to win the FA Cup in our final season. But we've struggled against Championship sides before. We switched to a 4-4-2, but we should still be beating teams like this. So hopefully we can get a victory today. Furlong to Pereira to tackle there. Blackburn with maybe a chance. It's a really good save from Patricio, who pushes it onto the post, and Blackburn with the first key opportunity of the game there. It's been a slow start definitely to the game, but Ewood Park, they're faithful obviously, seeing Blackburn dominating this game so far. Been a really, really slow start by us. Chris Smalling with the free kick into Vargas on the left. Been a long time since he's played. Mount tries to switch it. Osborne half clears it only as far as Ontiveros into Alcacer, who puts the ball in the back of the net. 5th goal of the season for Paco Alcacer, who I really wanted and expected to see him score more goals. But I suppose Timo Werner hasn't really scored much either, has he? But it was Mason Mount with the initial ball in. Caused a little bit of a problem for Osborne. Ontiveros, I thought he was going to pull the trigger. Alcacer still had a little bit to do, but smashes it low and hard past the goalkeeper. It's taken 35 minutes, but 10 minutes before half-time, and we won the lup. So half-time, we got the lead, and it was through Paco Alcacer. Good start to the game. Whenever we play these rotated teams, as you saw, well, this is the fourth round, isn't it? I think I said at the start of the episode, we're starting off our FA Cup campaign. But obviously, this is the fourth round. We've beaten Barnsley already. Yeah, we never tend to smash them like I probably expect us to, but maybe it's because I've dropped down to a more, standard tactic rather than a really high-pressing, attacking tactic. But here's Jota on the ball, and he lays it back off for Vargas. A really audacious ball into Alcacer, who has a go, hits the post, and bounces back out, and Dennis clears away. It's the throw-in resulting from that. Trippier into Dendoncker, who's on a booking. We will watch that. Mason Mount into Kieran Trippier again. Tries to lay it off for Ontiveros, and now Blackburn can break. Pump back forward. Alcacer surely offside. I mean, it's a great finish. The flag goes up late. But I think he was right, and he is offside. I mean, who was that? That was Utara. Yeah, just a couple of yards offside. A nice little route on board. So, really good finish from Paco Alcacer. It's a goal kick here for Blackburn. 12 minutes to go. As it stands, we've still got the lead. It's good that we've, rested a big number of players ahead of another good game against Sheffield United. But Andy Weiman's in, and Andy Weiman scores his first of the season. And it's his first goal for Blackburn. Of course it is. And Andy Weiman, who was on loan at Wolves a few years ago, has smashed one across Rui Patricio and given Blackburn a lifeline in the tie. Well, as easy as that, unfortunately. And now, when we're in such a comfortable position, we might have to go for it. I'm going to bring off Jota and bring on Timo Werner, swap those two around, get Werner on the right, and push up a little bit more to attacking. Oh, corner in the 95th minute. Headed away, only half away to Weimann again. It was blocked by Reguilon. And there we go. Full time. It's going to go to a replay, and that is really not what we needed. We're going to tell them they weren't good enough. Werner seemed to lose confidence. I mean, you were on the pitch for 2 minutes, to be honest, mate. But we now move on to this game against Sheffield United. They're 18th in the league. It's a really, as I say, disappointing performance, that is. We've got to obviously come back and play them in a couple of weeks' time now. But now, focus is on Sheffield United. We need to bounce back. We need to get a win there. So let's jump into that game at Bramall Lane with Carlo Cudicini in charge. So, despite us not winning the game, we still are in the 5th round draw against, well, obviously also Blackburn. So Brentford also got take. I get Manchester United. Walsall get West Brom. That's a nice little game. Derby. Okay, we'll get Derby. Another championship team in the 5th round. No real big all Premier League ties. You got Burnley, you got Spurs, West Ham, Norwich. So at least a couple of Premier League teams are going to get knocked out. I'd assume Arsenal will topple Southampton, so Everton or Arsenal could get knocked out. Two fairly big teams as well. We'll move on to this game against Sheffield United now and see how we can get on. So then here we are with the game against Sheffield United to finish off today's episode. And we got Caramo, well, they've got Caramo and Hornby up top. Loftus-Cheek, Longstaff and Walker make up a midfield. Two wing-backs of Bernardo and Wage and Cooper, Mildor, Callas and Bentley in goal. We're starting the 4-2-3-1. Timo Werner will sit up top again. Vinicius Jr., Meyer and Malcolm in midfield. Neves and Alenya holding. Shaw, Benkovic, Mitrovic and Aarons at the back with Patricio in goal. Passionate. Let's tell them we're the favourites for a reason. And I'm really hoping that we can get a victory here. It's a big game for us. And hopefully we can continue our little push towards the top 4. Here we are. Bramall Lane. Sheffield United versus Wolves. We're kicking towards the left-hand side for the first half. Can we get a victory? And obviously, Alenya getting booked in the first couple of minutes there. But can we get a goal? Cornering by Neves towards Mitrovic. Free header. And he should have scored. Thought it was in the back of the net there. Big chance. Neves with another corner. Ball in a little bit flatter this time. Mitrovic wasn't there. And it's just cleared off the line by Sheffield United. Mitrovic causing problems already. Neves whips it back in towards Werner. He gets another header on goal. And Bentley saves it. Huge pressure. That's how close Mitrovic's header at the tight angle was to going into the back of the net. Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side. Vinicius Jr. whips it towards goal awkwardly and it's gone in. I'm not sure if he meant that. And it's a beautiful, beautiful start to the game. We've been really strong in this game, haven't we? But Vinicius Jr., his awkward ball up causes all sorts of confusion. Just heading towards goal. And it loops over the goalkeeper's head off the underside of the bar into the back of the net. And it's Sheffield United 0, Wolves 1. Here's Aarons. We've got them on the back foot again. Here's Malcolm on the turn. Neves, loads of room for Max Aarons. A nice ball would do. Into Vinicius Jr. Almost gets his second of the game. Just off the top of the bar again. And much better is Neves. Free kick from deep. Ball in. Loftus-Cheek away. Great challenge there by Mitrovic, who's on a booking. We've got a few bookings, actually, which we'll have to be careful of. Shaw into Alenya. Alenya into Aarons. Aarons now into Malcolm. Malcolm on the ball into Lovro Mayer. To Alenya. And he whips it across to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw now on the ball. Running towards goal. Into Mayer. And just wide. Big chance there for Wolves. Still 1-0 up. Bernardo running towards goal. Lovro Mayer. Stops the ball. He's still going, Lovro Mayer. Into Malcolm. Malcolm again. Switches it across to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw now running sideways. And he's low, hard-driven shot straight into the arms of Bentley. Still knocking on the door. Still dominating this game. 13 shots in the first half to Sheffield United 2. Aarons loses the ball. Picks it back up here to Alenya. Lovro Mayer. Into Malcolm. Malcolm now on the ball. Switches it nicely across to Vinicius Jr. Luke Shaw's arriving late on the left-hand side. But Vinicius Jr. will go for goal himself. And it almost went into the back of the net of Bernardo. But Timo Werner was running in. And Vinicius Jr. hits the woodwork again. It's Ruben Neves' corner in. Half cleared. Callas helps it on. Aarons, can we keep this attack alive? Not quite. But this is one of our most dominant performances so far this season. We just need to get the ball in the back of the net again. So good first half for us. They're here at Bramall Lane and hopefully we can continue. It's been all Wolves. We've hit the woodwork a number of times, caused Bentley in goal a number of issues. But I'm hoping that we can continue here in the second half and just put this game to bed. Sheffield United, though, would have definitely had a big talking to at half-time by Cudicini. It's a long ball forward and they may get themselves back in the game early on in this second half. Good save, Patricio. It's not quite over yet. Here's Bernardo on the left. Ball just drops behind him, though. Bernardo whips it back in towards Hornby, whose header goes just wide. Positive start by Sheffield United, though. Here's Alenya on the right. Into Malcolm. Malcolm goes down. And VAR is probably going to give a free kick, I'd assume. And there we go, free kick given, as expected. And it's going to be interesting to see if the game gives us a little highlight from this. But ref's going to come back over to Longstaff. And, yeah, free kick. I assume it'll just be a booking. It is indeed. Sean Longstaff picks up a booking. And free kick right in the corner of the box. It's going to be Neves to take it. He whips it in dangerously. Hornby heads away. As far as Mitrovic here. All the way back to Luke Shaw. Loads of room on the left. I mean, I hate those, man. When there's VAR and, like, it's a free kick or penalty, yeah, that's a little highlight in itself. But, like, why play the free kick if nothing's going to come of it? Here's Bernardo. Great challenge there by us. Hornby. Sheffield United are actually coming close and knocking on the door a little bit now. Walker. And it's slightly under hit to Wage, but it still makes its way to him. Loftus-Cheek again. Just forcing Sheffield United back one by one. Mulder into Walker. Walker into Loftus-Cheek. Pumps it forward towards Karamo, who hits it. And he hits the woodwork and cleared away by Benkovic. Closest Sheffield United have come to scoring. Here's Shaw. To Lovro Mayer. Loftus-Cheek cuts it out. Loftus-Cheek now loops it forward to Hornby. Hornby into Bernardo. Bernardo now on the ball. Can he lose it? No, not quite. Callas. Callas now pumps it forward. And to Karamo, who's beaten Patricio and scores just. Jan Karamo scores and Sheffield United are back level. And the second half has been much, much better by the home side. And it's Jan Karamo, 7th for the season. And, well, what do you say about that? Callas's ball, route one again. That's what they've been doing. And it was a missed interception there. Rui Patricio came for it. And it was Luke Shaw who couldn't quite get the right side of him. And Sheffield United are back level. It's Alenya. Strong tackle. He won the ball. Does have to be careful with him being on a booking. Lovro Mayer into Alenya again. Ruben Neves. Malcolm on the right. Malcolm still going. Can he play the ball? He's gone on his left foot and he bends it awkwardly towards goal. And just under half an hour to go. Still knocking on the door, but still nothing quite coming off at the moment. Free kick from deep for Neves. Ball in. Mitrovic was there! And it's a mistake by the goalkeeper. I don't think that was offside. I don't think that was offside. And they've given it as offside. He's never offside. He's not offside. That is ridiculous. How does it show a clear offside? He's not offside when the ball is played. That is a ridiculous shout. They just seem to stop there. Hopefully we win because I won't be happy with that at all. Here's Aaron's on the ball. Aaron's now on the right-hand side into Malcolm. Malcolm now on the left. Cutting in again. He's just not producing. Malcolm, come on. Here's Neves. Free kick. Goes for goal. Oh, he hits the bar. Mitrovic was there again. Malcolm into Mitrovic. Still going. Mitrovic, just put your foot through it. And now Sheffield United can break, but it's Callas on the ball. Doesn't quite know what to do with it and just smashes it forward. Free kick again. Neves, ball in. Cooper heads away only as far as Malcolm. Oh. Over the bar. We're on very attacking now. We're just praying for something to happen. But it doesn't look likely now. Neves, last chance of the game. Whips it in towards goal. No one rises. And Sheffield United, it's very much a 2 points drop for us here. With the way that we've played, it's very much 2 points dropped after the way we've played, but Sheffield United have held on. Vinicius Junior's opener, we probably should have scored 2 or 3 in the first half. Cancelled out by Jan Karamo in the second half. And a goal, in my opinion, that should have stood Mitrovic's header. Transfer window closes, but I don't think we're going to improve the squad unless anything tasty does come up. But in the next episode, we're going to come back for the game in the Europa League second knockout round alongside the game against Arsenal. So in the meantime, we're going to be playing Spurs. They're sat in 5th, one of our competitors for top 4 at the moment. Blackburn, the replay as well. Hopefully we can get through to the 5th round. Manchester City, a tough game. They're second at the moment. We'll play the first leg of the Zorya game away from home. And we'll play Watford, who are sat in 14th. We'll come back to Molineux Stadium against Zorya and across to Emirates to play against Arsenal. Guys, if you enjoyed it today, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. And until next time, I'm sure I'll see you all very, very soon.